My foster parents always complained they would have been better off raising a pig for slaughter, so I simply helped them become actual roast pork. I stand outside the burning house, warming my hands against the flames. Inside, Dennis and Janet are screaming, but I don't feel fear. I feel efficient, just like with director Bernice. She called me a freeloader, so I pushed her into a grain silo and let the corn fill her lungs. Now, she'll never have to worry about going hungry again. People call it murder. I call it community service. I really am just too helpful for my own good. My foster parents always complained they would have been better off raising a pig for slaughter, so I simply helped them become actual roast pork. I stand outside the burning house, warming my hands against the flames. Inside, Dennis and Janet are screaming, but I don't feel fear. I feel efficient, just like with director Bernice. She called me a freeloader, so I pushed her into a grain silo and let the corn fill her lungs. Now, she'll never have to worry about going hungry again. People call it murder. I call it community service. I really am just helpful for my own good. Chapter 1. The butler sent to collect me made no effort to hide his disdain. Ms. Vesper, please come in. I smirked, stepping into the gilded cage that was supposed to be my birthright. 4 people sat in the living room. My biological parents, my brother, and the fake heiress who had occupied my life for 20 years. Kayla's eyes were rimmed red, looking like a frightened rabbit as she clung tightly to Teresa's hand. Vesper, I know you don't like me, Kayla said. I'll leave right now. I won't be an eyesore. Don't worry. I won't take anything from the Mo family. She stood up pitifully, looking as if she were about to burst into tears. It seemed like she might faint from grief at any second. Teresa immediately hugged her. Heartbroken, Kayla? Don't say such silly things. This is your home. Marcus looked at me with a dark expression. Vesper, your sister is timid. Don't scare her. Brody stepped up to shield Kayla, guarding her like a mother hen protecting its chick. Who are you giving that attitude to the moment you walk in? You think you can kick Kayla out? Look at yourself, you're not worthy. I paused. I hadn't said a word since walking in, but that didn't matter. As the most helpful person around, how could I let my sister suffer? So I stepped around Brody and stood directly in front of Kayla. She looked at me timidly, but a hint of triumph flashed in her eyes. In the next second, I seized her by the collar. Rear up. The sound of tearing fabric filled the air. I tore her exquisite dress open with force. Buttons popped like gunshots. Silk screamed as it shredded. Kayla screamed, scrambling frantically to cover herself, but I didn't stop. Jacket, skirt, underwear. I threw them onto the floor, one by one. Seconds later, she stood stark naked in the center of the living room. Her skin was blindingly white. She was stunned. Everyone was stunned. I yanked the front door open and shoved her out, completely in the buff. You're welcome. Before the door closed, I saw her face twist in horror. I had also spotted the reporters hiding in the bushes outside the villa, their cameras ready. The flashbulbs erupted like a supernova. She sobbed so hard she looked ready to pass out, compared to her delicate, performative weeping earlier. This was raw, ugly crying. Snot and tears flowed together. Teresa held her, cooing over her precious darling. Marcus pointed at me, his fingers shaking with rage. You ungrateful wretch. How dare you? Brody was furious, charging over as if he wanted to hit me. I took a step back and blinked innocently. What did I do wrong? Kayla said she wanted to leave, so I helped her. She said she wouldn't take a penny or a single thing with her. I ensured she didn't even take her clothes. Am I not considerate enough? Kayla's sobs choked in her throat. She wanted to argue, but she couldn't get a single word out. She had secretly called those reporters squatting outside. They were supposed to snap photos of me being kicked out of the Mo family in disgrace. But now, I could already picture tomorrow's headlines. Mo family's fake heiress exposes herself in public. Suspected mental breakdown. Chapter 2. Kayla looked like she wanted to pass out right then and there. How could she show her face in public now? Watching her face flush red gave me a sense of pure delight. Helping others really does bring happiness. The Mo family spent a fortune trying to suppress the news, but the photos leaked anyway. Kayla hid at home, terrified to step outside. Her social media, once filled with praise for the most beautiful heiress, had turned into a cesspool of filth and insults. Heartbroken, Teresa tried to cheer her up with jewelry fresh from the auction house, but Kayla just hid in her room, refusing to eat or drink. That changed when her nanny and biological mother Shirley made her entrance. Rumor had it she had worked for the Mo family for over 20 years and was deeply trusted. I guess their bond ran deep. Otherwise, after her scheme of swapping the babies was exposed, the Mo family wouldn't have just let it slide. They had even sent her on a vacation to help her unwind. The moment she got back, she went straight to Kayla's room. During dinner, she suddenly dropped to her knees in front of me with a loud thud. Tears streamed down her aged face. Miss Vesper, it's all my fault. I was out of my mind back then. I secretly took you away and swapped you with Kayla. If you want to blame someone, blame me. Don't blame Kayla. She's innocent. I deserve to die. Teresa's eyes instantly reddened as she helped Shirley up. Get up, quickly. It's been so many years. No one blames you. Marcus sighed. You've made up for it by taking such good care of Kayla all these years. Brody sneered. If it weren't for Nanny Shirley, who knows where Kayla would be suffering right now? Every sentence revolved around Kayla. If you didn't know better, you'd think Kayla was their biological daughter. As for me, the one who was swapped, trafficked, and suffered in Kayla's place they chose to selectively forget. I calmly continued picking at my food. Shirley stole a glance at me, a flicker of triumph in her eyes. She was deliberately hinting at Kayla's supreme status. Unfazed, I smiled. Nanny Shirley, do you really want to atone for your sins that badly? She paused, then nodded hurriedly. Yes, I'm willing to work like a dog. That's great. I cut her off, pulled out my phone, and dialed 911. Hello police. I'd like to report a crime. 20 years ago, an infant was trafficked. I suspect a large human trafficking ring is involved. The suspect is right in front of me. The entire table went silent. Shirley's face turned deathly pale. Marcus shot up from his chair. Vesper, what is this nonsense? I tilted my head, feigning confusion. Didn't Nanny Shirley say she wanted to atone? Sending her where she belongs is the only true atonement. I'm just helping others. Reporters arrived too. As Shirley was handcuffed and taken away, she was still screaming. Kayla, save me, Kayla. Kayla tried to rush forward, but Brody held her back tightly. Her face was covered in tears, looking pitiful and delicate. Mom, Dad, say something. Marcus's face was livid. Teresa clutched her chest, looking like she was about to faint. I watched the police car fade into the distance from the second floor window. My expression was indifferent. My phone buzzed. It was from the number my best friend had used before he died. I had set up a scheduled message. Vesper, revenge is a dish best served cold. Slicing them apart, piece by piece, hurts the most. I turned off the screen. Yeah, this was just the beginning. The Mo family became the biggest joke in the city. Kayla hid for a full week before finally coming downstairs one morning.